Alright, Kevin Douglas here, playing Burn and Legacy. This is kind of a test stream, looks like we're on the play, where I'm actually going to be riding my bike while playing, which is kind of interesting. Opponent, hi, good luck. So this is a very keepable hand, 2 Goblin Guides, Price Progress, some Burn. We're going to go ahead and keep this. So yeah, I had a buddy kind of complaining that I wasn't recording as much because I had to work out, and he kind of suggested why not combine them. So we're gonna leave it with the Goblin Guide. We'll throw the other one out there next turn, and probably Lava Spike. So we see Burning Wish. Kind of tells me it's a combo deck. It's not usually good for burn. Hopefully with a double guide hand though, and some burn to back it up, we'll be able to just kind of race. Alright, so there's a third artifact. It's going to turn that Mox Opal. So I've got plenty of mana, 3 cards in hand. They're going to Living Wish. So I actually don't really know what we're playing. It's been a while since I played Legacy. Normally when I was recording before, I was playing Vintage. And when I'm not playing Vintage, I'm usually playing Modern. But I do play Burn occasionally in Legacy. And it looks like they got an Emrakul. Cool. So we'll probably see a Show and Tell next turn. And that's probably going to be bad for us. But, again, we don't really have a choice. Just kind of attack with the Goblin Guides, Lava Spike, and then maybe hope to close them out next turn. Revealed Lotus Petal. So we'll actually need a little help because we actually only have 10 burn on kind of available right now. 4 from the Goblin Guides, 3 from Lava Spike, 3 from Chain Lightning. So it'd be great if they like fetched or something. We really need to get them down to 10. But it might not matter if this is like a sneak and show. Or a show and tell. Yeah, so, excuse me. So they found the show and tell. So we kind of need to draw a Fire Blast here, I think. So there's Eidolon. I don't think it's going to save us. So I'll keep the Eidolon in hand because if they do play Show and Tell, which they will, it's the only thing I'll be able to put into play. But I think I'm still boned here. Although it doesn't have haste. So I've got Snapcaster Mage. I think that's fine because if we survive a turn, we've got the Price of Progress that'll do 2 damage. And we'll actually also have an Eidolon and a Goblin Guide to attack in with when they show and tell next turn. So I actually think we're doing alright. Heart rate's going about 130. Yeah, so it doesn't grant it haste. Yeah, so I think they can't force because they only got one card. I mean, even Swift Spear wins here, but we'll just Price of Progress. So what's Death Wish? Yeah, so they're just kind of all in combo. Sneak and Show probably, or Show and Tell, maybe only. I mean, they have the Red Splash for Burning Wish, so kind of feel like it's Sneak and Show. Unfortunately, you know, Burn has a fairly abysmal combo matchup. Basically, I have to try to race. I think I'll bring in some Smash of Smithereens. Just if they're going to hold on to some Mana Rocks, it's possible we kind of like hold them off a little bit. And I might replace maybe 2 Price of Progress with that. I mean, I kind of feel like Eidolon's too slow, but I mean, we can Show and Tell it into play. I mean, we saw it last game. It was actually kind of like the deciding factor. But it's not great. So what's better? Would I rather just have some burn I can cast? Like Sunshock, or... Seems like for racing I'd want something better than just 2. So it looks like they're going to be back in about 2 minutes, so I've got some time to sit here and think about it. Yeah, I think maybe on the play, Eidolon wouldn't be so bad, but on the draw, it just seems way too slow. So I'm actually going to bring those Price of Progress back in. I'm not really sure how many basics they run, but they might not be able to fetch for any. Looks like we might want to just leave 2 in, because I don't really see anything better. Sudden Shock doesn't do enough damage. I mean, it's a better top deck, but Firecraft does deal 4. Yeah, I just think Eidolon's too slow. I'm actually going to put in 2 Exquisite Firecraft. Well, man. You know, they do have to cast a lot of cheap spells to kind of go for their combo, so, you know, if they don't get off to a super fast start and we land a turn 2 Eidolon, it could be a lot of value. Yeah, I'll leave those 2 Eidolons in. Just in the nick of time. Yeah, so part of this match is just kind of testing out whether, you know, I'll be able to keep up the conversation while riding. You know, obviously, I'll be a little bit out of breath, but I think, you know, as long as I'm keeping it pretty aerobic, it won't be too much problem, and it's actually kind of a good thing because it'll kind of keep me in that zone, which is kind of like the target anyway. So it looks like Greed is back. We've got another okay hand. I don't really like seeing 2 Fire Blast, but we do have, you know, turn 1 Goblin Guide, turn 2 Rift Bolt, you know, Lightning Bolt. We're on the draw, so we're going to see, you know, 3 cards before we're probably going to want to fire off this Fire Blast. So I'm going to go ahead and keep. They mulligan. So they put a card on bottom. A lot of times if they know you're on burn and they put a card on top, sometimes a good chance to land. Kind of anticipating that turn 1 Goblin Guide. I can kind of undo them all again. So we see a Lion's Eye Diamond. So they didn't fetch. Maybe they want to draw a land. Maybe they're short. Maybe not. Saving it for a brainstorm, maybe. Okay, so you see two non-basics. So our price of progress is already kind of at that sweet spot of 4 damage for 2 mana. Same as like Flame Rift. Okay, so another mountain, maybe feed a Fire Blast. So this actually isn't looking too bad. So let's see what they... So it looks like they got Dark Ritual. And they got a Duress. I think that's fine. No need to fire that off yet. So this line's good. I mean, we just have 20 mountains. If they decide to rest and they can't, Dark Ritual. So I could play into Daze here and Lightning Bolt. So not one land. So they're not really missing any land drops. Okay, so they're saying from Goblin Guide. You know, that's, only about a third of your deck is land, so, not really sure what to expect. I'm going to play into Daze here. I'm just kind of trying to race. I don't think I have the luxury to, spend extra turns playing around cards. Alright, so we're looking pretty good here. So we're going to suspend this Rift Bolt and leave mana up for Price of Progress and be sitting on a Fire Blast. And so, if they spend any mana, I think we're looking pretty good. So they're tapping out. Yeah, so I think we're just going to go for the kill now. I mean, if they have Force of Will, they're putting themselves down to 1 card. 6 life. And they'll have to kill us on their turn because we have a Rift Bolt coming up. And we're going to be able to Fire Blast them here. So I tap for 3. Yeah, so I just cast the spell and just for funsies. So cool. It's a fast deck. If it's just kind of 2 decks not really interacting with each other, Bird can get through a lot of damage pretty quick.